How you doing, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to try and fit 6-pot calipers onto the Civic. I wasn't planning on starting the Civic yet. As you guys know, if you've been following along, the Skyline is now my beer holder. We're going to finish this first, get it tuned, but obviously you can't just go get it tuned, you have to book it in and stuff, and I need to put this last piece of the interior, that plastic centre bit there, and the gator on. But other than that, it's pretty much done, other than we need to clean it because it's minging. Oh, continuing on from the last video when we was doing Scott's brakes, if you watched that, Scott's Subaru Impreza RB5 P1 engine thing, we got all the brakes sorted for that, went up to Castlecombe in it, went to go for his track day, and he couldn't go on because his car's too loud. The limit for Castlecombe racetracks 100 decibels. His was 104 decibels. So he tried to wingle it. He failed the first test. He had a bath mat in his car for some reason. He rolled the bath mat up, shoved it in his exhaust, went in, got another sound check, passed the sound check with like 94 decibels, and then took it out when he obviously asked him after he passed. They put a sticker on his window. He took the bath mat out, went back round to go to the track, and they followed him down when we were queuing up to go on, and sound checked him again, and then they threw him off the track, basically saying, "You're a blagger." So he didn't go around the track in the end, after all that messing around until like 11 o'clock at night, fixing his brakes. Well, he still needed to do them, but we didn't need to do them at 11 o'clock at night. We could have just left it for the next day, and he could have took the Civic in his little stock form. But anyway, we'll finish the Skyline another day, maybe after this. Now we're going to try and get, if you watched as well the Scott's video of doing his brakes, you got a sneak peek of those big brake kit that we got, but I'll show you now anyway if you haven't seen. Oh, and the reason we're doing these brakes now is because basically a nice set of wheels that come up on Facebook, 17 inches, bronze, similar to these, they're Jap Racing wheels, and they're quite cheap for what they are. They've only got a couple of curb marks, not as bad as these ones. As you can see, these are crusty. But like I said, anyway, if the brakes don't fit, I want to go and get these wheels down in Cornwall, basically, about an hour and a bit from here, from Plymouth. So I want to test them now. If they don't fit, then we know we have to go and get them wheels, or if not them ones, at least a set of 16s. The guy who I bought the brakes off, because they're not brand new, they're second hand, he told me I had 16s on it, and it still had a bit of clearance, so these are 15s. If we do keep these wheels, obviously we're going to be taking them off and repairing all this curb rash. But I like these wheels, these style wheels I like. They're nicer than the other wheels basically, but they might just be a bit too small. I mean, obviously if I kept these as well with the brake plate kit and got it on there, I'll probably get a bit more meat on the tyre. Probably these are a 45, what are they, a 185, 45, 15. So yeah, I'd go for like a 215, 50, 15 probably. Proper track style, because we're going to be tracking this bad boy. That's what the big brakes is for. Anyway, stop talking about it, I'll show you the brakes and we'll get the wheel off. Okay, here are the bad boys. You may have seen already if you've been following along. These. They're not brand new, but this looks brand new, so I'm assuming he must have replaced that because it was damaged or something. But yeah, big old disc. I think these are 294, so they're not massive. They're not as big as the Skylines. Hence why they fit under a 16, and that's a 6-pot caliper. Yeah, they're not massive. You might be alright. Don't know whether to keep them black. They do look good black with the bronze, or you know what I like. Obviously, we're going to be going Type R style, so the red and black would look nice. But that would mean I'd have to like paint this nice anodized black. Might just keep them black for a minute and then see how they look. If I don't like them after a while, paint them red. I just like red. I know it's basic, but I like it. But anyway, let's bring this out, get the wheel off and see what happens. guy, the previous owner of this car, had it a bit stamp spoiled because we got some right camber wear there on the inside of the tyre. I think they're still legal. Let me know in the comment section down below. I think a certain percentage in it that could be worn. Might have to get these new tyres, these new wheels just for new tyres. Well, I think these other wheels, they come with 2 tyres and two without, so we don't have to get 2 tyres, which isn't too bad, depending on what tyres they come with. I can't remember what they had. But anyway, this actually got a lot more stuff than I thought. I've never even looked at this car yet, by the way, guys. I've not even cleaned the car since I got it. We're just doing an emergency quick big brake upgrade. But yeah, it's got new ball joints there. Don't know what suspension that is. Yellow ones, probably eBay. That ball joint looks alright. It's got braided lines here, which is nice. I don't know if these are an upgraded brake or these are standard. I think they're just standards. And it's got plenty of pad left, so we don't need to change them, but we're going to anyway. But yeah, that's good. Braided line though. One less thing to do. Some dodgy coilovers, eBay's I reckon. This looks quite new. That doesn't actually, it's quite crusty. Anyway, let's whip it off, see what if these big ones fit. Right, that's the caliper bolts off. Come off though. I'm missing something. Right, I've just loosely fitted this, like the centre floating disky bit. See, they're still loose, but I just want to see literally if it fits on. I think we're going to take the disc off first, don't we, cabbages? Right, off with the little one. Get the size difference. Look at this for a size difference, guys. I don't see bad on video. That's better. Yeah, a lot bigger. Don't tell me exactly how much, but bigger. Let's chuck these on. Well, that bit fits. The disc will dust shield at the back of the rubber bit, but it's fine because we can just hit that back with a hammer. I'll mount the bracket to the caliper. Basically, I need to have a look in that box. That mounts there, I believe, or that way, whatever way. I'm assuming that way. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Right, I figured this Lego out. This bracket goes on the actual, you know, car. Technical. Bolt through there, bolt through there. And then this bad boy. No, not this. We don't need a disc, do we? We do, obviously, but not yet. And that bolts go straight through there into there. Those holes line up with that. Bosh, big caliper stuck on. Put the disc on first. Here we go. It's not on tight, just loosely fitted. Now, moment of truth. Will the wheel go over the top? To be fair, it's not much bigger than the stockies. Obviously it's 6 pots, but they're not like a massive caliper. Like, look, if you compare that, see, look, screen that far in compared to the 6 pots on the Skyline. I mean, these things are massive. So So these are like a mini big brake kit. Well, it's a mini car, isn't it? I mean, this is like half the weight of the Skyline, so it should do the job. Let's stick a wheel on, see if it fits over. Moment of truth. Do we need new wheels? Or can we keep these old crusty rotors? Right, wheel. Using the bolts and the hammer. These wheels are so light, by the way. Ooh. Do you know what? They clear. I think they'll clear with a spacer. How can I put a spacer on them? Be alright. Yeah, we need a spacer. Yeah, look, there's plenty of clearance. It's just hitting the front of the wheel. How the shape of the wheel, that's all it is. So, if we put, let's look at the gap here. Probably like a 5mm. I reckon a 10mm spacer, and we'll be good. But if I put a 10mm spacer on these bad boys, I mean, how much poke are we going to have? I mean, they stick out quite a bit already. Well, that's where they would sit, wouldn't it, really? Yeah, that sticks out quite a lot. But we don't need new wheels, technically. Just need a spacer. I've got some Skyline spacers. Think they'll fit? Probably not, but we'll try it anyway. Right, all I have is basically these. 5mm, I believe these are. See if they fit. Can it? Come on, just work. If we've got to order stuff, we don't like ordering things. Having to wait for it. Wow. I mean, it's not hub centric, but it'll do. Try that. If that don't work, we'll put another one on top, and then we'll know exactly. We're still quite a way off. Another one. 10mm. Obviously, we'll get the hub centric ones if we need to. Also, we've got no nut left now. But we're clear. But yeah, we'll have to get spacers. Yeah, have a look, see. We'll have to get 10mm spacers with the nuts on them. You get my drift, because that is nowhere near enough nut. Nut, bolt. What am I talking about? It's a bolt. That's a nut. That's not enough bolt anyway. So we can either extend the nut. Why do I keep saying nuts? Bolts. Or get a whole wheel spacer with then bolts on it, you know what I mean, them ones, which is the best option, I believe. So that's not too hard, but I'll just do the bolt on option, easier. But yeah, we're clear. It's technically a result. I'll get those ordered and then we can fit it all. So we don't need to go and buy new wheels, just need to refurb these ones. Just need to find get some kind of a paint that matches and just sand all these down and just do the lip. That's what I'm going to do, I believe. And get some big old chunky tyres. In a way, I'm sort of thought these tyres are pretty good nick, but they're worn quite bad on the edge, so I'll probably end up getting just some new tyres as well. Some bigger, chunkier ones. dropping it a few mil because it sits a bit high at the minute, and that'll be that done. Right, let's take it all apart, put the back to stock. I should just put the big brake. I can't, can I? I ain't got the spaces. Let's take it all apart. Right, I've just purchased some wheel spacers. It's actually cheaper to buy like 20mm, 25mm spacers than it is to buy 10mm, which is weird. And I have to do extended wheel nuts because you can't get 10mm with the bolts already on them, you know what I mean? So that's what we're doing. Yeah, there's two options on eBay, both H&R. One lot was 130 quid from England, and then the other lot was 70 quid from Germany. So I went Germany. We'll wait a bit longer, but there's no rush. We're not going on the track anytime soon. But yeah, I'm going to get these brakes off now, and then we're going to do the next mod on the Civic, which is the most important mod you can ever do. Let's do it. Been having a nightmare getting it back on again because I'm a muppet, and when I wanted to spin the wheel to see if it cleared, not this obviously, this caliper, I went in the car and I took it out of gear, but I put my foot on the brakes so in case it rolled, because obviously it's jacked up. But obviously the caliper's off, it was off, cable tied up there, so I pushed the pistons out, and I had to take the whole freaking caliper apart to use my dodgy, where is it, my dodgy vice to pull the piston back in and then put it all back together again. It's taken longer to do this than it has to actually test fit the big brake kit, which you can't fit. But hey, now it's on, just need to do these bolts up at the back, tighten these bad boys up, bosh, and then pump the pedal before I go anywhere and do the most important mod after that. What I should have done really, obviously we're not doing this car yet, we're just test fitting, but what I should have done really was lower the car whilst it was up in the air, because look at that gap, it's atrocious. Yeah, that is a bit too large, but we'll do it when we do the brakes properly. When we fit the brakes with the spacers, which will be probably in like 2 minutes for you, because I'll probably continue this video once the spacers come in, fit the whole kit. Now we know not getting any wheels, lower the whole car. The thing is, lowering the car, it's low to get into in the first place. But getting the jack under, it's literally just nothing. And this is a low profile jack apparently, Halford special. So I don't know whether I got too low. I'd rather get some more meat on the tyre. But anyway, the most important mod, this is what I was talking about. Oh, saying that, whilst we're here, you guys probably not seen the engine bay yet. This beast, this is the D16 no VTEC with a nice little, probably fake carbon fibre. Oh, that's quite real. Air filtery thing. Mishimoto coolant hoses. Looks like a newish battery. But yeah, it's pretty clean. And when I was underneath then looking at the car, underneath of the car is solid, no rust, tiny little bit of surface on like, you know, lower control arms and stuff, but we're going to be changing all them for like hard race ones or something like that. No Skyline rusty strut tops. And yeah, these coilovers, they look a bit eBay-y to me. Let me know in the comment section if you know what they actually are. Do that up now. What's this doing? What's it doing, bro? Why is the power cables going to a brake cylinder? There we go, he's on. Right, I'll pump the brakes now, I remember. But let's get the thing, let's get the mod that we need. The all important mod. The most important modification of a car, well, it's not a modification. This thing was 3D printed. So it must be good. Well, basically, I'll relieve the suspension. It is a cup holder. But yeah, these cars don't come with cup holders apparently, which I think is really weird. So I ordered one off of the eBay. I'll link it in the description down below if you want to get one. I'm sure everyone who's got a Honda Civic has got a cup holder by now. Right, basically, it should just slot right in here. Oh, look at that. That is gangster. And as I said before, I've already got it actually, it's in the shed. A surround here with a 9-inch, so you can fit a 9-inch screen, and then you relocate this down to this little cubby over here, which should still keep our cup holders good. But yeah, that's on, the screen is on its way, all the way from China land. But yeah, I think that's going to be it for the minute. I'll wait for the spacers to get here. But that's it for this video, guys. I forgot to do an outro, apologies. Like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. We'll continue in the next video with your brakes. With your brakes? With my brakes. Ciao.